Good evening, Mr. Fine.
The sun is slapping.
The sun is slapping, and I'd like to give thanks. How is everyone? What's that? That dance? It's pure love around here. I don't know if you're new to the channel, but I would like to thank. You know what? There was a time when we had how many followers? Was it 6? Yeah. But you know what? You 6 people with a vibe because you brought everybody out. Man. No, I would like to thank you for your support and for continually coming back and listening to us chat.
For real. No, we really appreciate it, honestly.
And we'd like to get more, regular.
Consistent.
More consistent. We are consistent. But if we can get to a point where we choose a day, but because we're working on so many other things at once,
fingers in multiple things.
And also in multiple things, so that we can come and share them with you on our Patreon. That's coming soon. Anybody that wants to give up your lifestyle for a better lifestyle, we're in the process. So until we make things, no point saying certain things and your team not together. But as soon as it's together, we share these things with you. And if anybody wants to create money, create wealth as well, I do have something
passively.
Easily, you can join now actually. Remember, our email is iamtransmission@gmail.com. Nothing fancy.
Remember to like, comment and subscribe as well. And share.
Yes. You can email us if you'd really like to know prior to us bringing out the page. And if you're ready, you got some funds and you're like, you know what? I'm ready to invest this thing, then holler. Anyhow, today we should be discussing
a multitude of things. We just had the Jubilee weekend celebration. A few things occurred during this time. We had the little Baba, the little youth, but he's very rank. I like it because it's outlandish. It's like, it was very normal, which they always try and suppress and make their kids stiff or not have any emotions. But what child wants to sit through a 90-minute ceremony or however long it was?
People gassing up your nan. Nan gets on my nerves. And then she kisses me and it feels wet.
Oh my God.
That's probably what it's
doing. Please.
Do you know what? It was like that when we were growing up in church, like as the bishop's family, to sit there and be prim and proper. Thinking,
wet lips and
everybody's a fraud, mate. But you know what? If this were, like you say, my woman's children and Harry,
Meghan's child,
Maggie and Harry, you'd have something to say.
Multiple things to say,
and don't get me wrong, I can see why they say certain things about her personality, but it's just an excuse to rag out a black woman. It's just an excuse, and just in case you didn't know. Especially if you watch what's those shows that everybody gets excited about? Is it something of the throne? What is it?
What, the show she's in?
No, those shows about royals. Sorry, I've got hay fever.
Bridgerton or...
No, and there's lots of killing and whatnot going on. The girls got...
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Bye.
What people forget, even though they watch things like that, is that everybody who is on the throne got their... what's the word? Illegally.
Night shit.
The Queen, and I'm going to say it because there was a show that came on the BBC or ITV. Remember the guy that used to be the main lead in the show called Black Abbott? Well, he did a show where he went to Australia and he met, that might be his name, I've forgotten his name. He met the real King of England. And he lives in Australia, and it's the Queen's cousin. Because what a lot of them did was they slept with one person who wasn't their husband. Then the child was really abased. And then so they rushed
someone to
the throne, put someone else in.
But didn't that cousin deny the throne anyway?
No, he said he didn't want it.
Yeah.
He shears sheep and stuff with that farm. But the point is, none of what you see is true.
It's counterfeit.
And I've said to you already about the Jacobite era. They dashed a bag of black people off the throne and put them on the ship called the Veteran. Type it into YouTube if you're into Google if you want to. You know, so this
wasn't she related to Jack the Ripper? And
no comment, but yes.
And what they called?
Didn't you say that in class as a history teacher?
Yeah, she went mad.
She lost it.
Is it Crump twins? Crump? There's twins.
They're murderous twins.
Yeah.
Listen.
I swear they're related as well.
Remember, you've got a period in England called the
Great Stink.
The Great Stink.
In those days, scientists ascribed to the miasma theory of disease, which held that bad smells cause and spread diseases such as cholera. The city had already experienced 3 cholera epidemics between 1831 and 1854, each costing the lives of thousands of Londoners.
And in that era, it shows how disgustingly unhygienic the British were.
You know where
and
that's
for people
saying?
Who are supposed to be advanced, why in the 19th century, it's only been 108 years since they said, all right, we shall wash.
You know, in that
108.
Saying, pot to piss in.
That's
dirty people.
Only 108.
Dash it out the window as well.
My grandmother said when she came here in the 60s, 50s, she said they would put, when she'd order her milk and her bread, she'd open a door and find the bread with no packet on it on the doorstep, cat pissed on it and everything.
Are you mad?
And then she said every Wednesday they used to go and have communal washes in the swimming baths. So when you're all going on like your superior, understand that your history is not matching. And for people like this King Louis, which King Louis is he? Because there's a few of them, but the last one, when he took over the throne in France,
I was about to mention them.
He had a wife, and this is why perfume is created because they had whole baths in the palace and they didn't know how to use it. Do you know why they never knew how to use the baths? How could you have a bath in your yard and not know what it's for? Because I told you, they threw all the knickknacks off the throne and they placed themselves in these luxurious castles, and you hear what he did? Instead of bathing,
he got in his clothes.
They just changed him out of clothes and they wiped him down with a flannel.
No.
Not water and soap and scrub.
No.
And he's wearing fine.
No.
I'll show you footage of it. He was disgusting.
Why?
And then his wife, she liked to come and, his girlfriend, she became his wife, I think. She liked to come and sit in these pools with him, little rendezvous. But she also didn't. How do you not know what to do with water? How do you not smell yourself? And by the way, wasn't it a certain somebody, Queen of
Victoria,
England, that only washed once a year?
Dirty girl.
So this is superior, and this is only 108 years since you've been washing.
More often than not, changes of clothing were due to sweat. Less dangerous than bathing, a new shirt was it was thought, to eliminate filth.
That's
108.
Why, a lot of them were dying so early. You check their...
Cleanliness was clearly a matter of appearance. But it was also a matter of inner feeling and outer feelings. So clothing played a double role. It wasn't only about how the body felt, it was about displaying. So cleanliness was something you displayed.
And it says 30 or 42.
Because they were nasty.
One of the first to express this so magnificently was Montaigne, who said, "Bear with my sweat," which means he changed his clothes.
And your whole history, and I'm going to just say it from the drum. The whole history is a fabrication, and the superiority that you're claiming is you were unhygienic.
Take Princess Palatine. After leaving Marly for another chateau, she wrote, "I have traveled roads that were so dusty that on arrival I'm exhausted and have dust everywhere." What did Princess Palatine do? She wrote that she wiped herself down and changed clothes. That's definitely not washing.
You went places you weren't invited and refused to leave. Australia.
Come on.
You killed off all the indigenous people to get what you wanted.
And raped.
And raped yourself into the lineage.
Hello.
And then wrote it in history books and are still here claiming you're superior. I think no.
You Queen's African.
So that's my little thing out the way, because I'm over racist white people, because you're uneducated of your own history and nobody else thinks you're superior but yourself. You make trouble everywhere you go, and it's about time it stopped.
But you know what's so funny now? People aren't having it anymore. I think it's not just white people, but they're coming up very frequently in the news.
Yeah, because they have had this position to look on everybody else and tell everybody else who they are.
I can do what I want. There's some woman went into let's say it's like a Jamba Juice or something like that.
Jamba Juice, what's
in America, like Starbucks or something.
Oh, okay.
and I don't know if the barista made the drink wrong or what. There was some sort of issue, and she started screaming over the counter saying, it's not against the law to shout.
It's not illegal to yell here. Excuse me, ma'am. I will not leave your store. You have been asked very loudly about your family's contracts. You do not live off this salary. Goodbye, with the understanding I asked quietly and it is not illegal to be loud. Get the out, lady.
Da. She's screaming at this woman, and the woman's smiling like she's laughing on the other side, saying like, okay, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. Like, what do you want me to do? You need to leave. And then he comes over and he was like, you just need to go now. You need to leave. And then everybody, the customers are laughing at her, and she gets so mad that she just screams and walks out of the establishment. It's very embarrassing now.
But you know what?
It's very embarrassing.
Here's the thing. I said this is not just an opinion, but it's observation and from learning all of this stuff.
Pure entitlement.
Right. This
and delusion.
This planet is a narcissistic planet.
Right.
And in this scenario, stemming off Bacon's Rebellion and the 1900s, white people are the golden child, and they are blessed and privileged whilst displaying bad behaviour.
Yeah.
Everybody, we know who the black sheep are, you know, and it's spoiled, entitled, overt. I told you what racism is. It's overt narcissism. It's overt narcissism, and every time they see anybody that's not like them,
the whole hate crime.
Go
back to your country. I saw a next video the other day. This woman, she gets in an Uber and she goes, are you white? Oh, thank God you're white. She said something like that.
Shit, and the white guy ran her.
And the Uber driver says, get out. Just get out. I said, yeah.
I'm a white baby dad.
Are you serious?
You ones who know the truth. And you know what? But you know what? I want to reverse it as well, because you know me. There's a girl she's got a really good channel, thriving, and it's popping, and it's off the back of white people pretending to be black, or claiming stupid things like the claim that they paced down, they created that, or the claim that
paste down edges.
Well, the new claim is this one little beef this girl's got today or this week is there's a guy that she'd spoken on before, not realising his girlfriend was black. Now this girlfriend's become the point of conversation, or was the girl she spoke on before, I'm not sure which way round, but she didn't know they were together, right? And basically the black girl has said that, what's his name with all the money, what's his name? Not Jeff Bezos, the other one.
Zuckerberg.
No. The one that wants to go to Mars. We forget
Musk.
The new thing is that he's African.
Huh?
Right.
Wait, what?
Listen.
Where did that come
I
from?
gave it about 5 minutes, and I was bored on lots of different levels, because black people don't know what they're talking about.
That man's
White
a whole
people don't
robot.
know what they're talking about. If you don't go and learn
the
levels, you don't know what the fuck. You don't know what you're talking about, right? So she was making a good point. She said, this is the reason why these type of people I can't stand, because she's making these white people come and claiming our shit, yeah? And she obviously is kissing the white people's batty because she's with a white man. I'm not on them things. I was never on that coonish, right?
Refocus.
Right.
My black people, refocus.
Right? So I get what she's saying, because she's like, how can you call yourself African if you're not black?
Yeah.
But remember, we haven't even spoken on the fact that black people are born white as well.
Yeah,
we haven't spoken on that.
And not albino.
Right, we haven't spoken on that. The couple in East London who had the white child.
How do you feel about little Matty?
Like white.
What do you think, Angela, first time you see Matty?
Well, first time I saw the baby, I'm happy to have a baby. At the same time, I was surprised to see the blonde hair. Even when I was in my room, where they came to me, some people that saw me there and saw the baby say, it was a strange and a surprise that, did I marry a white? Is my husband a white man? I said, no. How come? I said, I don't know. This is just the way I saw the baby.
And scientists are shocked and don't understand it. So we haven't even spoken on that. But at the same time, she was saying they're not African Americans. She's calling them African American. This black girl who's got her own page and she's with the white guy is saying in her short little Instagram or TikTok thing.
Yeah.
She's going, see, he's African. He's one of us, and and we're African American. But as I've said to you before, these classifications that we hold on to so tightly, they were given to you by white slave masters. And black people are not African American. You're indigenous, or you're Africans who went to America and became African American, or you're African American because the white man went to Africa, raped and had a mixed race child, which he took to places which are now China, which are now Russia, which are now Japan, and back again. And that's why you call a Native American, because you're those people who then come over mixed with the American Indian, who is originally the original Indian, which is black, who they raped, and then you become American Indian. So once again, black people, you are not, I repeat, you are not African American. And this is why, because the comment she made is they take everything that belongs to us and we can't have nothing. But this is why you don't get your what do you call it, reparations, because you don't know who you are.
They've made it like that on purpose.
They know who you are, and you keep saying I'm African American. That's why you won't get your things. And one day the penny's going to drop with somebody. You're not African American. Say you're indigenous.
No, but I think recent people are becoming a bit more aware, or they're not claiming certain things. I think if you're allowed to call yourself a man, like say for instance, I identify as a man now. People are like deciding I don't need to claim anything anymore.
But I think some people are capitalizing on that.
Yeah.
Because this is the point. Not sure if I just made it
it's just
clearly,
radical.
so I'm going to make it clearly again. The reason why these people who are white in Africa say that they're African is because they are the white African.
Yeah, of course, because
they are
you're
white
born
African
there.
Because they're not just
your parents are,
but they're part of the lineage of raped black women. They're just whited out, and a lot of people don't understand that. The Chinese, the Japanese, they don't even know they are the African Americans.
It's sad.
Yeah. You've got to understand your history to understand what's going on. You've got to read these books we've told you about for you to get it, because it's not just lip service I'm giving to you. We've got so used to these labels we've been given by other people that we're waiting for them to say who we are.
Not, yeah.
That's the problem.
People from Nigeria.
But she's still black.
She's black,
she's black, just the color.
And have you've seen albinos in Nigeria, and do they look like?
No. This one is different from the real people we call that's albino. The eyes always they blink their eye, and even the head, they shade their head, so they can't even see very well. But they say the eyes of my baby is okay, clear, so it's different from what we judge as albino in our own back home.
The doctors are saying she's not albino, but what are they telling you now?
So, but the midwife that came to this morning, she was saying that it might be generation past, that maybe from where the child was, originated from, the blonde hair, that kind of.
But then in that case, if it's such generations past, does it mean that there were two whites or mixed race? And if there's a mixed race, it won't come blonde. Actually, normally I've not seen that.
Is there any white? Do you know of any white relatives on either side of your family?
I don't know of white originated relative, but I know that my mom is fair in complexion.
Just only the mom.
But it's an Igbo from Nigeria.
But she's still black.